he's a lot of wins and a little bit of losses. Now that loss was what came at a poor time, but like you said, they're still number one in the NFC, and I don't think that's going to change. I don't see the Detroit Lions or the Eagles or the Cowboys catching up to them. It was just a bad loss because they matched up with the best from the other side and got smacked. Out of the 4 interceptions, I would say 2 were on him. The first one and the last one. I'm not gonna get on him about the tip pass, and I'm not gonna get on him about the one from Kittle because I thought that was more on Kittle. Just overall, though, I think that the 49ers got outcoached. I think they got outplayed. I think that the 2 most physical teams in the league showed up yesterday, and they got out-physicaled. But I still think they're going to be very formidable in the NFC. Just overall a bad loss when you're trying to measure up against the best on the other side, and you get done like that. But losses like that also can make you very resilient. And I think that Brock Purdy, his next game, he's not going to come out and throw 4 picks. So yeah, I think that it was just a big measuring stick of a game yesterday. The Ravens, again, are the best in the league. Lamar Jackson has overtaken the MVP. Brock Purdy just destroyed his MVP chances, so he ain't going to get it no more. And, well, hey, hopefully these 2 teams, if it's not the Rams, hopefully these 2 teams link up in the Super Bowl, and we just get a good football game. Those old school smash mouth football, physical, running the ball. Lamar Jackson made some great plays with his arm, though. I was very pleased with what I saw yesterday.
Yeah, me too, man. It's great to see both top teams in both conferences battle that out, and the result we got was very, very interesting to see for sure. Definitely a significant loss for the Niners. I'm sure losses like that happen to good teams, and maybe that humbles them the next going on forward. But we'll see how that goes for sure. That was definitely a big statement from Baltimore's side, though, on all aspects. And big ups to them coming from a Steeler fan. And then speaking of another top NFC contender, we got the Lions battling out in Minnesota, and they came out with a game-sealing interception in the last 30 seconds or minute last week, and they clinched the NFC North for the first time in how long? 20, 30 years?
Before my lifetime.
Yeah,
before my lifetime.
As long as I was born.
Before my lifetime. I don't know a world where the Detroit Lions are 1, good, and 2, have clinched the NFC North division title. So this is literally history. So I'm a kudos to them. I see some of their guys on TV crying, and usually I'd say that's corny, but you know what? I don't think so. Not this time. Not when you've literally, you've had nothing to eat but poop for decades, and you finally get a taste of water. I'm not gonna bag on them. Credit to those boys. They had a hell of a season. They came out last year looking like looking ready to make some noise this season. And they did just that. So shout out to them. I know they were a little sketchy in the last couple of weeks, but they came on strong, beat a good Vikings team that's been making some moves recently. Shout out to Hutchinson. Get better. Heard about the MCL, ACL tear. That's a huge blow. I think the Vikings are done. They're not going to make a playoff. I think that's it for the playoff run. But overall, very proud of the Detroit Lions. Proud of Dan Campbell. Shout out to Jared Goff. Just everybody in that organization, because like I said, for the longest they've been through the desert for years and finally got a sip of water. So shout out to them.
Yeah, big ups for Detroit, man. Congrats for them. I love to see that. Dan Campbell, got to be a Coach of the Year candidate for sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What he's done with that team since the Hard Knocks year the other year is just incredible. That the players love him. And that's what you really need in a coach as far as the other things go that you need. Jared Goff having a great year. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jahmyr Gibbs having a great rookie campaign. The run game's very, very strong for Detroit. The defense is also stepped up. So, very good to see Detroit play well for once and clinch their division. I'd have to agree with you on the Vikings being done with the playoffs. They're not going to go far with Nick Mullins. I'm sorry. Too many turnovers that game. It's just not going to get it done. If Kirk was there, yes, they would make playoffs, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's good to have Jefferson back and all his weapons. They also lost TJ Hawkinson for the year, so there's also that. Not looking good for the Vikings, unfortunately. Very roller coaster year. they were hit with injuries. I will give them that.
They were hit with
injuries. And the most important players got hurt too. So
and they didn't back down. They kept fighting. They kept competing even after a lot of guys went down. So shout out to the Vikings. It just wasn't you guys this year, man.
Exactly. I totally respect the effort. So yeah, that's all I can really say about that. Speaking of effort. We got the Steelers pulling up another upset on my birthday. Shout out Steeler Nation, pulling out the dub. Mason Rudolph looking spectacular, rather. We had our first 30-point game this year. It came from Mason Rudolph. Go figure, huh? George Pickens, 4 catches for 195 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half alone.
I seen that.
Canceling out the noise, man. You just keep balling. Yeah, man. That dude's legit, man. Steelers just dominated the whole game. They had full momentum the whole game. I watched the entire game. Bengals did not put up a good fight. To be fair, they didn't have Jamar Chase or Joe Burrow. So yeah, there's that. But it's good to see Mason Rudolph play the way he was. I wasn't expecting that for sure. So yeah, it was definitely exciting to see. And then the defense held their own. When you give the Steelers defense something to work with, they will hold it down, for sure. And that's been proven. And doing that without Minka too is a statement. And it's we're 8-7, still in the playoff picture technically, but yeah, we'll see how the rest of the season goes.
Your season ain't over yet. Hey, shout out to Mason Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, because he definitely led the charge. Led the charge. He did. And then shout out to George Pickens. Like you said, quieting the noise, and he's a young cat still trying to prove himself. And there was a lot being said about him. A lot of controversy last week. So shout out to him for being able to ball, and he came through, man. I think a couple weeks ago I said Mike T might be done, and I think if I'm not mistaken, the owner just said that he coming back next year. He's looking poised to have another 500 plus season, at least 500 minimum season. Just one of the greatest coaches that the NFL has seen. I was scared, honestly, though, bro. I thought that the way he was coaching kind of passed them by, kind of almost like Belichick, where they have their way of doing things, but is their way clicking with this new generation, this younger generation? With Coach T, it's looking like it's still there. Shout out to the Steelers for putting up the 30 piece. I was genuinely surprised. I didn't know who was going to win between you guys or the Bengals. I just figured, okay, AFC North game. They're gonna, both teams. It's a divisional game. Both teams are gonna play hard. Wasn't expecting that. And Mason Rudolph definitely. He lit the way on Christmas. He lit the way for you guys. He sure did. So maybe it's all poetic, the way how it worked out just like that. Shout out to the Steelers, and yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We continue to own the Bengals, yes, sir. So I noticed that the Rams are also 8-7, still playing pretty darn well. Huh? You want to talk about that a bit? I know you do.
You said Rams, and that just went and just right and just
euphoria.
The Rams are going to the playoffs, man. I believe it now more than ever. We're now in the 6th seed. We had a great dominant game against the Saints. We let them back in the game a little bit because we got bored because we were just so dominant. So we let them back in because we wanted it to be a little, exactly. LA needs a little drama, a little controversy. But no, great win. We needed that win. That was a win both teams needed. So there was a lot of playoff aspirations on the line. Big win. And now with the Vikings losing. And I think the Seahawks are now the 7th seed, but we're tucked away into that 6th seed right now. So I think I said it in one of our earlier videos, 10-7. If the Rams get to 10-7, we're gonna get to the playoffs. Go ahead.
Puka Nacua, Rookie of the Year, yes or no?
Yes, without a doubt. If not the Rookie of the Year, he's got to be the NFC Rookie of the Year, man. Without a doubt, at this point, I think we got a better record than the Texans, and with CJ Stroud, with the concussion, him being out, this, that, and the third. And with the Rams ascending the way they are right now, there's no doubt in my mind Puka Nacua should be the Rookie of the Year.
I completely agree.
Shout out to Kyron Williams. He's been running the ball like crazy, man, running the ball like a madman. I believe he's like second in rushing yards per attempt or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, bro, in the league right now. Yeah, he's been balling, bro. No, that run game, he allowed us to get more into that play action. And Matthew Stafford, he eats up in the play action. Matthew Stafford, by the way, he's healthy. 1, 2, he's playing. I don't care what nobody says. He's playing like a top 5, top 7 quarterback in the league right now. I will say that. I will say that with my chest out. He's playing. He is playing like that right now, bro.
He's trying to make Hall of Fame too.
Well, yeah, and you make Hall of Fame. You know how you make Hall of Fame? You make Hall of Fame by getting that second ring.
Yes, sir.
You ask me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and then Cooper Kupp healthy again. Aaron Donald, he's playing with passion again. I was looking at the way he was running the ball. I mean, not running the ball. I'm sorry. I was not running the ball. Excuse me. I was looking at the way he was running to the ball, stopping the ball. I like some of your young guys. Our young corners are starting to get it together at the right moment. I think the Los Angeles Rams are a sleeper team. I don't think anybody wants to see them in the playoffs. On the road, it doesn't matter. And I definitely in my heart, if we go up against Dallas or we go up against Detroit on the road, I think we're gonna beat them. I really feel. I can
see that, dude.
I really feel that way. I feel like the only team in the NFC that I'm genuinely worried about is obviously the 49ers. Outside of that, it's fair MFing game for everybody else, man. Everybody else can get the smoke. Especially, did you see how the way the Eagles looked against the Giants? No, everybody can get the smoke right now, except for the 49ers. But maybe we learned something yesterday about getting to Brock Purdy. If we could neutralize him, that neutralizes everything, it seems like. And but yeah, I'm so proud of the Rams. And once again, I got Coach McVay. I was talking reckless. I was talking reckless. Aaron Donald, the big AD, the defensive AD of LA. I was talking reckless. I was you gotta forgive. Yeah, y'all was 3 in a row though. Y'all gotta forgive me. Y'all gotta forgive me. Matthew Stafford. I know your wife was arguing with Blueface, and forgive me. Forgive me. I was wrong.
Crazy.
Forgive me, man. Cooper Kupp, that's my dog. But 94 baby Kupp, my dog. He's really good. Forgive me, bro, because I was just hurt. I just wanted y'all to do so well, and just the way we was losing and how it was going out, it was hurting me. It was hurting me. It was hurting me to see y'all hurt because I care about y'all so much.
The white boys forgive you.
Yeah, man. I need my white boys to forgive me because I was wilding, baby. I was wilding. Les Snead. Hey, Mr. Snead. Hey, man, I was wilding. You out there doing some good, the Lord's work. Let me tell you, the fact that you say you got a shirt when we won the championship that said F them pigs, somehow still got Puka Nacua. Just, I'm saying.
Friendly reminder, you guys watching, Puka Nacua still holds the record for most catches in the game by a rookie with 15.
I'm just a little emotional right now because, I got out of character, and I don't really like to get out of character, and just to see these boys just rise to the plate and step up, man. I didn't think it was gonna make the playoffs, man. We gonna make the playoffs. So shout out to the Rams, man. Shout out to the Rams, man.
Thank you, Rams, for making my boy happy once again. Love to see it. And putting up for LA, yes, sir. Hell yeah, man. Well, a lot of great football this season for sure. I know we've said that many times, and it's true, man. We love to see it. So with that, we're gonna end that on the high note. With your host, Young and You, where you can find me on Instagram at YUNG_N.U, as well as YouTube and TikTok.
Hamilton James. You can find me on Instagram at Hennessy Ham, or you can find me on my other Instagram, VOAW818. Follow me. I'm following everyone back on the Instagram. So VOAW818.
Same thing with our Instagram with Endzone Emcees, all in one word, guys. We're following everyone back, and whoever communicates with us, we'll reciprocate.
Taking all arguments on our Endzone MC Instagram account. I'm not playing about that. Taking all arguments. I don't care. We can talk about how soft the NFL's gotten. We can talk about how some of these cats is overrated. I don't care what it is. Whoever your team is, they overrated. We just go. Let's talk about it. I don't care. Endzone Emcees. You know where to find us.
Don't take it easy on us either, because we'll reciprocate.
Dude, I ain't gonna take it easy. Yeah, I take it easy on y'all.
Yeah, for real. All right, guys. With that, we're gonna end it with that. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Once again.
Happy holidays, guys.
Happy holidays, everybody.